This week on Channel 8 News, we'll be looking at how the Department of Justice is digging into the documents seized at Mar-a-Lago, how the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and more. Your Channel 8 News starts right now.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News, the show where we provide news coverage on the Northwest Missouri State University campus and in the Maryville community. I'm Katie Byrd.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert. Before we get into this week's stories, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button for all the latest news and updates.
The special master in the Mar-a-Lago Search case says he has hired a retired judge to assist him in his review of the documents seized from former President Donald Trump's home.
This was a ruling from an appeals court forcing the leading judge in the case to limit what documents the special master can actually look at. CNN's Jessica Schneider reports on this.
The Justice Department is once again digging into 100 classified documents that FBI agents seized from Mar-a-Lago.
I think they're going to move forward very, very quickly.
A three-judge panel, including 2 Trump appointees, unanimously ruling that DOJ can resume reviewing the classified material as part of its criminal probe into alleged obstruction and unlawful retention of documents, saying the hold that lower court Judge Eileen Cannon put in place caused a real and significant harm on the United States and the public. DOJ says its investigators and FBI agents need to work hand in hand with officials assessing the national security risks of those documents remaining unsecured at Mar-a-Lago.
It's boxes and boxes of pictures, newspaper articles.
In an interview last night, the former president said he didn't know exactly what was in the boxes and that he had blanket authority to declassify anything.
If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it.
But even Trump's allies on Capitol Hill questioning that logic.
Up here, we take it very seriously. People can get hurt, people can get killed if it's not stored correctly.
There's a process for declassifying documents.
There is a process that one must go through.
The judges on the 11th Circuit also blasting Trump's unsubstantiated claims of declassification, writing, "The record contains no evidence that any of these records were declassified." And before the special master, plaintiff resisted providing any evidence that he had declassified any of these documents. The judges went on to say that even if Trump had declassified, he still wouldn't have had claim on the documents as personal records.
The U.S. government has every right to look at its own classified documents. Trump derived no right to do that just because he took them to Mar-a-Lago.
The ruling also prohibits Trump's legal team and the special master from reviewing any of the classified documents. It was an about-face from what Judge Eileen Cannon had allowed, and she was forced to amend her order. The special master will now move forward, reviewing only the 11,000 documents that aren't classified.
Again, that was Jessica Schneider with CNN. And in other news, Hispanic Heritage Month is in full effect, and the Office of Diversity is hosting activities and events to honor the culture and contributions of both Hispanic and Latina Americans.
Last Wednesday, the Office of Diversity and Inclusion hosted a movie and discussion night as part of Hispanic Heritage Month activities. Let's look at themes of culture, identity, community, gentrification, and the rights of undocumented immigrants that pulsate through In the Heights, which was used to engage and educate students about this historic month.
When we return, we'll be kicking it over with Bearcat Update with Skyler Stamps. Don't go away.
Northwest Missouri State University's 4 student media outlets, KNWT Television, KZLX LPFM, the Northwest Missourian, and Tower Yearbook have been ranked among the top in the nation for the College Media Association Pinnacle Awards. The Northwest Student Media Department takes pride in ensuring students are up to date on the latest technology, equipment, industry secrets, and offers profession-based learning experiences from day one. To support Northwest Student Media, check out our content on all of our platforms.
We are everywhere you are, yet never seen. We are powered by passion and creativity. We are visionaries turning shared ideas into reality. We capture moments and spotlight student media through commercials, behind the scenes, and more. We are the backbone and brains for all of your media needs. So who are we?
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Katie Byrd.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert. Before we continue the news, we're going to kick it over to Bearcat Update with Skyler Stamps.
Thanks, ladies. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. I'm your host, Skyler Stamps. The Bearcat volleyball team has hit their stride as they've won its past 5 games. I had the coverage on Wednesday night. The Northwest women's volleyball team was back in action on Wednesday night inside Bearcat Arena as they hosted Pittsburg State. The Bearcats came into this game ranked 11th in Division II and coming off of a huge win at second-ranked MIAA foe Washburn. The Bearcats got off to a fast start in set 1 as Kirchhofer and Brunson assist to send Pitt State's attack attempt to the ground. Alyssa Razach sets the ball up for Hallie Sidney for the Bearcat point. In what seemed like a marathon volley, Kristen Ford gets the ball to Kirchhofer for the kill and the point. The Bearcats would go on to take set 1, 25-19. This duo sounds familiar. It's Razach and Kirchhofer again for the Bearcat point. Hadley Waldron would record her 4th and final kill of the night as the Bearcats retired the Gorillas in set 3 and win the match 3-0. The Bearcats dominated all final stats Wednesday night, including 44 kills compared to the Gorillas' 31. After the game, I interviewed Alyssa Razach, the Bearcats setter. Last week, Razach was named MIAA Setter of the Week. She touched on what that means to her and how her teammates helped her reach that goal.
It's my teammates. We're passing and defending really well, which allows me to kind of distribute the ball however I want, and the hitters are doing a really good job of putting the ball away for me.
Razach also touched on the win at Washburn as well as what the rest of the season holds.
Yeah, that was a good win. I thought we took care of business, which I was kind of expecting us to kind of go in there and take care of business like we did, but we're just keep focusing on putting our offense and defense together so we can play at a higher level. So really excited to end the season and go through postseason.
Razach and the Bearcats were also in action on Saturday as they defeated Missouri Southern in 3 sets. Northwest looks to keep their 5-game win streak intact as they are on the road for the next 3 games. As we head from the court to the turf, the Bearcat football team played at Central Oklahoma. The Bronchos looked hot as they came out with their upset win over the second-ranked Bearcats 23-14. The Bearcats will be back at home this week versus Missouri Western. Well, that is all the time we have here for Bearcat Update. Be sure to tune in next week to stay connected to all things Bearcat sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Skyler. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at an event focused on moving from self-care to community care here at Northwest. Stay tuned for more.
Unlike other organizations on and around campus, here, the students do it all.
KNWT is a student-run and student-produced television station.
To support this content and Northwest Media students,
you can go to our YouTube channel at KNWT Channel 8
and watch the latest shows or even enjoy blasts from the past.
Hey y'all, your good pals over here at Nerd Central are playing their first game of the Cartoon Network Boot Camp. We'll also be covering all the news you love and showing the packs from our wonderful crew. Make sure to subscribe to KNWT for more content just like this.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Katie Byrd.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert.
This week, the Wellness Center had an event focused on the well-being of students here at Northwest. I spoke with Kathleen Hatch, the main speaker, to learn more about the key takeaways from the event. On Thursday, September 22nd, Northwest hosted the Well-Being Summit at the Union Ballroom. There were 3 different sessions for the event spanning from the morning to evening. Northwest hosted guest speaker Kathleen Hatch, the Morrison Family Associate Vice President for Student Well-Being from Kansas State University.
I was asked by a dear colleague who works here, I knew that this was a precious time for the university, trying to prioritize the steps forward. And I care about the global work, and certainly as a leader in the field, I thought that this was a really important chance to contribute. I would hope that students right now feel like their voices matter. And as you become interested in your own journey, it really, allows you that chance to look at the broader community. And we've all got opportunities to impact that. So look at your own passions, see what you need to be at your best, and then want that for others in this community. And it's for the long game. As much as we'd like sort of to feel like this is something we get to check off, these are skills for life. I think this is the moment, really for this place to create the next stepping stones. I think it's a beautiful size of university to be really digging in and inviting, whether it's the freshmen to senior to faculty and staff, that clearly all voices are seen in the ecosystem for the health of this place.
What I learned from the Well-Being Summit today is they can help you out with literally almost anything. I learned about literally financial literacy through there, more about my well-being, some things I didn't even know that we can do here on campus. It just introduced me to more things that I was able to do. Well-being is for everyone. The Wellness Center is still here on campus. There's people around here that can help you out. If you need anybody, just reach out and they'll be here for you.
The summit helps students gain perspective on ways they can improve their overall well-being as students. Until next time, I'm Katie Byrd with Channel 8 News.
Comic book fans unite! Last Sunday was National Comic Book Day, a day to celebrate a genre that dates back into the 19th century. In the 1930s came the publication of the famous Funnies in the U.S., considered by many to be the first real comic book.
The arrival of Superman sparked the so-called Golden Age of comics, soon followed by Batman, Captain America, The Flash, and others. The Fantastic Four and Spider-Man would come along a few years later.
DC and Marvel considered the heavies in an industry that now counts dozens of comic book companies. Many heroes that began on the pages of comic books made the jump to mega popular movie and TV screen adaptations.
We want to hear from you guys, so be sure to comment down below whether you're Team DC or Team Marvel. Also, be sure to check out Nerd Central for all things pop culture and geek related every Friday at 5:30 p.m. right here on our YouTube page at KNWT TV.
Well, that is all the time we have here at Channel 8 News. But before we go, be sure to click on the links below to rewatch certain sections of our show, as well as some upcoming events here at Northwest we've mentioned in this episode.
We also want to hear from you guys, so leave a comment down below on these stories. And be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button for all the latest news and updates, as well as our other content right here on our YouTube page at KNWT TV. For the stories that matter to you, I'm Katie Byrd.
I'm Alexis Kuhnert.
And have a great night.